Hello? Anybody there? Knock, knock. Oh, got a couple people out here. Let's just glance at a couple here. B&M Outdoor Pursuits, Blue Ridge Homestead, Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading, HAC Magic TV, Mama Z's, Geeky Gardens, Allen Farm, 320 Homestead, Ravens Nature Family.
We'll see them Saturday.
Ravens Nature?
Yeah.
Ravens Nature Family Farm. She's Gone Country Farms. Hi, Amby. Amby Craftsry is in the chat tonight. Cecilia Jansen, um, built on the Rock Homestead. So, how is everybody doing? You guys hear me okay? Does it sound all right? I don't have a good meter as far as for what it's actually putting out. I mean, I can see it in relationship to other things here, but I can't see it as far as if it's blowing your speakers out or not. Oh, I see smudges here. The Glow Cash family? You dozed off. Oh my goodness. Must not be loud enough. I have to crank it up a little. All right. So, wanted to talk a little bit tonight about intros, outros. Should you have them? Do you need to have them? I want to get your thoughts. So, everybody in the chat, if you have an intro on your channel, type the number 1. If you don't have an intro, type the number 5. I can quickly see the difference between the 1 and the 5.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You don't need turbine on.
Nobody's typing. Maybe they don't know what an intro is. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen has a 1, so you have an intro. Overlook Valley Homestead has an intro.
I'm going to learn how to make kombucha from Mama Z's.
Hamiltonville Farm.
Oh, I know them people.
How about you? He's got a number 1.
Kombucha. Thanks, Hank. Henry, sorry.
Well, you should have never told her that.
Kara, just put new batteries in my bedroom clock, so now I know what time it is.
Okay. Who was the first one? Mama Z's was the first one to type a 1. You don't mind if I show off some of your interests, do you? Maybe I have to do it in a different way. Well, I'll be darned. I'm still getting the hang of this new. I'm trying to be a good YouTuber and utilize this new live stream method that YouTube has set up, and I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. So, Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Let's just do it a different way here. Let me bring this up, and we're just going to search for it. Mama Z's.
Cecilia says, hi, teacher.
Okay, Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Okay, if you have a typically if you have an intro, you're gonna have it on all your videos. So let's just Let's just grab one here.
Okay. Oh, stop it.
Amby is asking, Mr. Darrell. See, there's another one, Mr. Darrell. Did you go to? Oh, she retracted it. Did you go to school for this? Amby, he's all self-taught, but that was his career. Well, you did have some schooling for some of it.
Oh yeah,
For
for
the
a
Windows
lot of
stuff,
it.
yeah.
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 For a lot of it. Matter of fact, I taught for a while. And Mama Z's may be considering this an intro, perhaps.
Welcome to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen.
Okay. So perhaps that very first part there is what she's talking about being her intro. And that's great. Who else we got in here?
Hold on, because somebody said you could use theirs. B&M Outdoor Pursuits. You can show mine. You can show mine.
All right, we'll get to him in just a second here. I happen to know these folks.
Kiss My Grass Acres is in here. She just said I am.
And so let's just see here real quick.
America voted, and Season 4 sees the small business revolution Main Street take on Searcy, Arkansas.
How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. I got some brand.
Okay, so that's an intro statement, and we're all disagree with Hank as far as that being an actual intro or not. It's different on every one of his videos, whereas an intro is
Mama Z said if you go back and wait for it, so she must have something special on hers.
Okay. Well, I will go back, but just to show what I mean about everyone's different, we're going to go a couple back over here.
How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. Today we're going to talk about the things that are going on.
Okay, so from an intro standpoint, the wording is the same, but the background is different. Typically, at least what's thought of an intro, is a branding. It is, and it's more than just vocal. It has to do with visual as well. So just for example,
He says, I do mine like Stivers. About 10 to 30 seconds into the video, it rolls.
okay. And we're going to talk about Stivers too. I hope they're in here tonight.
Joe was saying, I used to do an intro, but it didn't seem to make a difference with or without. And what else? Oh, and Cecilia wants you to do Overlook Valley.
We're going to do Overlook Valley too, but I wanted to just show you because this one is very, very easy to stand out.
Oh, always. Dr. Matt.
Yeah.
That's his idol.
This,
You see this?
that is what's considered to be a true intro, at least wise as defined. So let's see how long it lasts.
You see this?
About 8 to 9 seconds is what that intro lasts. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute here, but that's pretty much what I mean as far as an intro. Overlook Valley Homestead.
Mandy's going, me. Hey, Mandy, you hit 300 today.
All right, so we're just going to jump in here. Okay, and that is a typical intro right there. Now, I'm not going to count the lives. Same thing.
Amby's saying, if I get it right, you are talking
Hello,
about
everyone.
like the intro to a TV show.
Very similar. TV shows will have intros. And one of the questions that comes up a lot with folks is, I need to create this intro. I need to create this brand for my channel. I need. Well, yeah, maybe, but only if it adds something to what you're doing. Now, I think that he's done a wonderful job here on these. As you can see, he's taken the exact same thing and put it on every one of these videos right at the beginning. And then it goes into the video. In some cases, that intro is delayed, where you show a little bit of something else first, and then it goes back to the intro. Who else was it that said they wanted we wanted to bring theirs up? Or did we? Oh, we wanted to go back to Mama Z's?
Mm-hmm. Alan Farm says, I think it adds so much, just have no clue how to make one.
Oh, they're easy to make. So we'll talk about that too. Okay, she said I just didn't leave it go long enough. Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll just look at her latest video here.
No, just stop and start, please.
Okay, here it is.
Moon Middle Acres, pick me, pick me.
Okay, and you've given me a perfect example here of what to look at. We saw on Off the Ranch how theirs lasted about 8 seconds. And many of the purists would say that that's too long. Should never last more than 5 seconds. That's what they'll say. Keep something in mind. Whatever works for you is right for you. If it works for nobody else in the world, but it works for you, it's okay. So everything we talk about here, there's pluses and minuses, and all we can do is we can talk about generalities. You know, do you want to have the worn coin or the very sharp, shiny, brand new one?
Little Acres is asking, we had a few on some of our videos, but not all. Do we need to have it on all of them?
Well, and again, this is up to you. It's your channel. It's your preference. What you want to do. I believe it is of my opinion that the intro on this one, and I'm going to go back here.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. Okay. Well, stop it. Let's.
It's almost like a blooper in the beginning.
Huh?
Just edit it out.
No, just stop and start, please.
Okay, so this starts at 26 seconds.
Amby is asking what should be in an intro.
"26 to 50 seconds, so it's what, 25 seconds or so to for that intro. The majority of folks out there are going to tell you that's just way too long. I don't know that it is. If the intro does not add to the video, if it does not add to your brand, if it does not add to what you're trying to convey to people, then any length is too long. If what you're showing in your intro shows a little bit of background, shows something about your channel, about you personally that you want folks to know, then whatever time is spent to convey that message is perfectly fine. But let's...
Yeah, El Florid's channel. Everybody's channel being different is what keeps us all watching. Yep.
Sure. Who was the other person that we were going to do here?
I don't know now.
Well, you got to keep me straight here. What was it? Okay, well, and I mentioned I'd talk about Stivers. I absolutely love the content. Jack and Zach and Jen. I'm getting my Z's and J's screwed up here. I love their content. I absolutely hate the beginning of their videos. I absolutely hate it. But that's my own personal thing. But let me show you why I say that. Okay.
Oh, did you do B&M Outdoor Pursuits?
No, we'll do
Okay,
them
that's-
next.
yeah.
We'll do them next. I'm just going to go back in here and grab one at random.
Go away, we're gonna keep them.
I don't know if that's Mark or Sarah. Daryl, I did that yesterday. Jack and Zen.
Jack and Zen.
Sort of
my.
like me saying Aunt Stephen and Uncle Heather.
Oh,
The
yeah.
girls never let me forget that.
Well, all right, so this actually started about 6 seconds in. And I'm gonna let this go just to prove a point here.
Bad news has a way to seek you out. You can change the pace, you can run and hide, but that don't change the folks outside. The world just has a bite, it's pretty stout. Righteousness won't fill your cup, you do's, you don't, just won't add up. Sometimes you got.
All right, I'm actually going to stop it because it's continuing to go, and I don't want to go through copyright issues and all this other crazy stuff, and it may have already gone too long for that. But
B&M Outdoor says the newest videos has their new intro.
okay, well we'll get to them here in just a moment. We're gonna this goes clear up to a little bit past there.
Stivers Homestead.
So it's a full minute in length. It's over a minute. And like I said, I love their videos. And I don't mind the music. But the problem that I have is that I didn't come here to listen to this music. I came here to watch your video. So when I watch their videos, frequently what I do,
Go away, we're gonna keep them.
this starts like this, and as soon as it gets into their musical intro, I reach down here and I just grab this and I just slide her forward.
Yeah, 2 people have said it. Intro seems a little bit long.
And I slide it forward until I see that Stivers jar sitting there, and then I know it's about over.
Y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead.
And
I'm Zach.
here's my video.
I hope the Stive tribe is doing really well today.
Okay, now, having said all that, they're getting tremendous views. I'm not saying for them to change it, but if he starts checking his analytics and he starts seeing people drop off right at the very beginning, because of that, I would certainly consider it. If he can, in my thoughts anyway, my thoughts to perhaps add this, make it better, is to play that music in the background while you're showing some sort of content of the video that you're displaying here, and just have it soft in the background as filler music, if you would. To just have that beginning, to me it's long, but it's working for them, so it's right for them. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Now who was the other?
B&M.
Okay. Let me find there. B&M Outdoor Pursuits.
Mm-hmm. How does that impact watch time when you roll forward?
Well, it's going to depend on how you do it. And I certainly don't pretend to know all the innuendo things that happen behind the scenes at YouTube. If you have a time code listed in your description, and if you had a little statement here, video starts at 1.12 or 1 minute 12 seconds, and I started watching the video and I said, no, I don't want to watch this other stuff, and I had something there to click, and I clicked and it jumps automatically then to 1 minute 12 seconds, that will actually count as 2 views. I think you have to remain engaged on a video for like 15 to 20 seconds for it to be considered a view, but don't quote me on that. I've just heard a lot of people talk about that. B&M Outdoor Pursuits. Let's see what you
they
got.
said that the top video has no intro.
Okay. So metal detector we'll go back to then. Okay. That was not bad at all. It's a 10-second intro. Only comment that I have is right here at the end, but you can still see it just fine. Your verbiage as it's coming across here stretches beyond the screen, but because of the way that it's going across, it's easy enough to read. So you have a 10-second intro. I'm going to assume these other ones are just like that. Let's find out. Okay, absolutely. Nice job, by the way. I like what you've done there.
That's exactly what everybody's saying. Yep.
Another one, just to point out some of the different styles. Some friends of ours live up in the northern country, so to speak. No, you guys have to pay attention because this is not long.
Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
The Big Family Homestead, and today you guys have asked. Many of you said, hey, what is it really like to be in that chaotic place?
Chaos.
Well, today we're going to show you.
Well, I guess I will have to stand corrected. That one is not what I expected.
Fooled you. They change it.
They might have.
Okay, Brad with the Big
Alan
Family
Farmer's
Homestead
asking if
here,
Roots and Refuge
and
has one. They can't remember.
today I want to communicate that I hope one of the things that you get from watching this channel is not only the goofy family that doesn't know anything about farming and they're learning farming.
Okay, so he has changed. Without question, he has changed.
Yep, even Joe says they changed it.
Okay. It used to be. Well, let me do this. If I don't go back too far.
Hi, I'm Brad with BigFamilyHomestead.com, and today I have an amazing video for you. I'm going to show you how you can make homemade, delicious French bread with only 10 minutes of active working time. Total time, start to finish, is about an hour and a half, so let's get cooking right now.
Nope. Now I can't find any of it. But he had this 2-second thing that he used for the longest period of time. I just got to get in the middle of his stuff here. And I thought it was absolutely, brilliant the way he thought of that.
Hi everybody, it's Brad with Big Family Homestead, and in this edition of the Homestead Nation,
Nope.
our channel.
Well, it used to be, it would just, the screen would light up. It had the symbol of the Big Family Homestead and just a guitar chord, just rum, and that was it. And he used that for a long, long, long time. But now that I'm talking about it, it's not. Of course, I'm clear back into 2015 here, so I'm back way too far probably. There it is. Right there. Did you catch that? Just 2 chords. That's all it is. 3 seconds. And that's how he started all of his videos. And I thought that was absolutely great.
We just got a super chat, Daryl.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
307 Wyoming. Stivers, speak of the devils.
The Devils are here? Is that Jack and Zen?
Jack and Zen.
Jack and Zen?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Jack or Zen.
All right. Was there anybody else that had all right. So let's back up here a little bit. And so I did some searches. Google is your friend, always. And I said famous YouTube intros. And I wanted to see what came up with that. And there's 10 awesome YouTube intros that engage and delight viewers. Well, that's what this article is right here. And it's a 10-second animation sequence. This one doesn't say how long it is, but it's not too long. This is another intro.
Kathy's asking if they're important to have on your channel.
If it works for you, it is important. And I mentioned this before, and I just have to go back to this. There is no absolutes in the world of YouTube. What works for some does not work for others. It depends on your audience your content, the message you're trying to convey, and your brand and style of the delivery of that message. Now, some of these intros that they have here, I mean, this is some pretty high-end stuff. You see this little guy running through the paint here. So let's go ahead and close that out. As you know, I have talked about Filmora for a long time on this channel, and I also talk about other editors as well. One of the things I like about Filmora is on their website, they have tons of information. Now, just because it's on the Filmora website, that does not mean that it's strictly for Filmora. But they have a complete article here on what makes excellent YouTube intros. And so let's just kind of go over here real quick. A high quality YouTube intro is a short clip at the beginning of a YouTube video that introduces a topic, and usually the vlogger or the star of the show or you. The YouTube intro videos usually include things like the name of your channel and your logo if you have one. The colors, music, and graphics you use in your intro should all be related to the theme and tone of your vlog. Your intro is your chance to make a great first impression. And I think that is an absolute very good sentence. Have you ever stopped to think that somebody looking at your video, this may be the very first video they have ever seen on YouTube. For some reason, they just happen to land on your page. They've never seen a YouTube video before, so they have no idea what to expect. And your video, something you created, is the first thing they've seen on YouTube. Well, that's a distinct possibility. So a good one lets viewers know what kind of experience they can expect to have if they keep watching your video.
Salon Girl gave us a
Well, Salon Girl Gardens, thank you so much.
kibble for Smudge.
Well, Smudge will eat that kibble.
That's what I said.
He sure will. To keep watching your video. Whether it's going to be funny, serious, for example, having an awesome YouTube intro sequence also helps make your vlog look more like a real show instead of somebody just ranting at their webcam. Not that you cannot make a great video that way. Luckily, making a sleek, professional-looking YouTube intro is easy. And that is absolutely true. It is very easy to make an intro with any video editing program. Does not have to be Filmora, does not have to be Power Directors, does not have to be Adobe Premiere Pro. Any editing program can make a great intro. There are places online that have editing programs you can use, and at no charge you can actually create intros. Maybe you don't have the degree of creativity on those that you do in working right on your own laptop or desktop.
Stivers has a comment for you.
I understand, and that's what I said. And I'm guessing I don't know if is that Zen or Jack. I don't know who's typing, but that's exactly what I said. Because of what it works for you, that works for you. Myself personally, and you know this, you guys are subscribed to a lot of channels. We don't have time to watch everybody. We do not have time to watch everybody. and yet I still try to skip through a lot of them. And of course, Stivers are one that we try to do that with. And I see Patty Gilbert. Love your intro. Like I said,
it's Jack.
It's Jack?
It's Jack.
Okay, it's Jack. Yeah, and I certainly understand it. And that's why I was pointing yours out. I said yours differs from the norm. Yours, and we'll get into that up here, because there's all types of people that say that will absolutely kill your channel, but it's not for you, because your channel is different. So it depends on your audience. We'll go down in here and it says, what makes excellent YouTube intros? And the first thing is, keep it relevant. If it doesn't fit in with the content that follows, people will get confused. Then probably they will close your videos. So your intros need to be relevant to your video type. Funny YouTube intros for interesting lifestyle videos. High-tech intros for reviews. Number 2, keep it short. If it lasts too long, people will get bored and click away. 5 seconds is the ideal length. So this is not me saying this. This is the industry as a whole saying that 5 seconds is the ideal length. It could be shorter, but that's the magic number, and that's just industry-wide. So this article then continues how to create a YouTube intro with Fillmore and 9. And they talk in here about you import a video to make your intro. You're just creating if you would, a miniature video for people to look at. So it's just a clip. You can throw it at the beginning of what you want to do. You can throw it at the end. You can throw it in the middle. The only difference between an intro and an outro is location. It really is all it is. But I wanted to go over this. If you don't feel you're capable, there's also a place out there called Fiverr. And there's all kinds of folks out there that would be just for anywhere from 5 to the sky's the limit. They will create, let's see, YouTube intro. Oh, maybe I should start advertising my services. This guy's starting at 50. This one's starting at 35, 25. Oh, I guess they're getting more money than I thought they were getting nowadays. Used to be everybody was at 5. Oh, I like this one. Pro verified, $650. I will create a custom intro and outro for YouTube or TV. Starts at $650. I could do that.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be waiting in line to get to too, dear.
Okay, but a lot of them are I think you're going to find a lot of these are really at the $5 and $10 range, and that's fine, because the point I'm trying to make here is if you're not confident in your ability for editing, you can go get it done for a very nominal amount of money by somebody that has the equipment. They're used to doing it. They're used to working with it. But the whole point is you can do this with any and I'm just going to go here and let me get this onto the screen. All right, and I'm guessing most of you have seen this. Okay, so it's over. Or this one. Okay, all three of these intros, I'm going to call them intros. I didn't design them to be like an intro. To me, I call them starting clips for our Monday Night Live show for the promo. Those are all created by different editors. The one with the last one, I believe, was created with DaVinci Resolve. The one with the mixing board was created with Power Director. I'm sorry. The mixing board was created with Filmora, and this one was with Power Director. But what the reason, and I keep these around because as everybody, I'm sure everybody in here knows, we have a different guest on every Monday night. So good time to plug now, right?
Yes.
Next Monday night, we have got somebody totally different. We have stepped out of the homesteading genre, and matter of fact, let me just. Okay, we'll bring it over here. This is our guest for next Monday night, Juliet Miranda. She is a podcaster and has interviewed and had on her podcast some very, very well-known actors, celebrities, and what have you. She's out of Chicago, Illinois, but also is very familiar with a lot of folks in television and other areas. So if you check out the name Juliet Miranda, she's been doing podcasts. I think she has over 200, I think now, podcasts that are on all of the available places to get podcasts. Apple, iTunes, all of that. So Juliet Miranda is going to be our guest next week. You don't want to miss it. That'll be a good show. So anyway, the reason that I created these is for the promo. I'll go through and I will take and some of you that are in the chat here already know this. But I'll go back in and I'll take bits and pieces out of our guest videos.
Oh, hold on before you do that. Little Acres Homestead would like you to check out their intro.
Okay, we'll get to Little Acres Homestead here in just a moment. So again here, just to these are all, we had Hamiltonville Farm on last night.
Sure did.
So these are all videos that I downloaded from YouTube, stuff that they had made. I got pictures of the About page and pictures of different things. And that's what I did to create this. I'm sorry. This is a video that I made of their page that I used to create their promo, which in fact is located. You guys are seeing how I Okay, so if you notice what I did here, I have their YouTube description scrolling in the background between their banners. I doubled their banners up, and I set a focus area just down through the center of this, so that everything comes into focus. And then I took bits and pieces. I took just little clips from all these videos.
So today's November 16th. I got my Mahindra 4540. They come with the grapple and the bucket. I get my bush hog and box blade.
Now this was all before he came up with his intro, because he really didn't have an intro.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to.
Until right after this one. This starts Hank's intro.
How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm.
So anyway, that's the way that works. It's very, very easy to do in an editor. And get the bad connection out of there. Okay, so I'm sorry, what was the name again? We were going to go do?
Raven's Nature and Little, hold on, Raven's Nature was second. Little, you know me, I have a short. I'm old, I don't remember. Little Acres Homestead was the first one.
Okay, Little Acres Homestead.
Welcome to Little Acres Home.
All right, so I'm going to go back too, because that's a 5-minute video here.
Okay, I couldn't resist
I couldn't resist doing one more video for the day to kind of complete the series, and like I said in the previous video, I'll come out for another video explaining strategy of how to safely cut your log pile. But once you've got the logs cut, there's one more thing you gotta do. This is not theirs?
Theirs is just Little Acres Homestead.
Theirs is just Little Acres Homestead.
L-I-L, Lil.
Lil, okay. And this must be it. All right, I'm gonna stop your trailer right there. We're gonna jump back into your videos and just grab one here at random. Alrighty, and I
can't that get them for copyright?
Well, I stopped it very quickly. Hopefully they don't get me for that. I mean, they're not in a monetization area here now, but that sounded to me like that was a copyright. That song most certainly had a copyright, and I don't want to play any more of it. So I don't know where you get your music from that song from, but if in fact you do not have the rights to play that on your channel, and I'm just throwing out the very generalizations here. I have absolutely no idea if you do or not. But if it's if the copyright holder doesn't want you to play that music on there, there's a number of things they can do. One thing they can do is they can say, well, we're going to let you go ahead and show the video, but we're going to put advertising on it. We're going to take all monies that this video makes from people watching it, and you don't get a dime. That's one thing that can happen. Another thing that can happen is they can say, we don't want this video shown. It's got our stuff on it. We don't want it shown. And they can have YouTube remove that video, take it down. The other thing that can happen is if there's a lot, YouTube can come in.
They got them from FrostWire. I've never heard of that one.
Okay. FrostWire, you say? FrostWire is a BitTorrent client. So is this what you're referring to? I'm looking over here at the
uh, 307 Wyoming, yes.
Yes, you can.
You sure can.
Absolutely, you can. Not only can you get in trouble, you could have your channel completely shut down.
Evening, prep studying with Nana. How are you? We'll do Chippers. He's going to do Raven's Family Farm before that.
Yeah, and I'm curious about this FrostWire because all I'm seeing here now, this FrostWire is
There's two of them already said Hank says that he won't use it because of viruses. B&M says FrostWire is a big no-no.
It's a BitTorrent client, which typically means stolen software.
Ugh.
That's typically what it means. Where there's been
Speaking of stolen software, just to give you all a heads up, there's a channel out there that is taking videos.
Oh, that's stolen videos.
And loading them to their channel and considering them theirs. Jason just had one done like that yesterday.
Okay, who's the other?
Ravens Family Farm. You mean to have you look?
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah. Ravens and then Chippers.
Ravens Nature Family Farm.
Yes. We met them in Kentucky. Going to meet them again in Kentucky.
Okay, Raven Nature Family Farms. Let's go back into the videos. And we'll just look at their most recent one because that's a week old.
I like the drums.
Good morning, everyone. This is Becky from Ravens Nature Family Farm. We're getting ready to make some hot pepper sauce. We've got lots of different
Those
kinds
vegetables
of
are so bright and looking good.
Well, they're all hot peppers.
Yeah.
All right, let's go grab another one here.
Oh, there was the picture that I wasn't in.
So here we are.
You're not in that picture?
No.
How did you not get in that
I
picture?
don't know. I'm not in any of them.
Somehow I'm in it.
Yes, you are. But that's okay. You're in it.
Well, but there's no intro there. There is the silent one. And here they've done the music thing. Okay, so you're at about 10 seconds. Now, what you can do with that is you can blend that into your video a little softer, a little easier, not quite as hard of a transition, unless you're after that sharp transition where you just pop in and the music. But I'm saying there are ways to blend it in smoother. Who else did we want to go look at?
Chipper's Family Adventure.
Chipper, C-H?
C-H-I-P-P-E-R apostrophe S.
Chipper's Family Adventures. Okay.
Welcome to Chipmunks Family Adventures.
Welcome to Chipper's Family Adventures. We're out here just goofing off today, putting out another video.
Okay. Let me go grab a different one.
And I'll say, welcome to Chipper's Family Adventures.
Welcome to Chipmunks Family Adventures. Goodbye.
Some things have changed. We're out goofing off. And
Got a bird. Welcome to Chipper's Family Adventures. We're out. Family Adventures. Daddy just caught a fish. We're out here fishing at Blue Lake. Something like that.
Okay. So their intro is pretty much based on a memory thing. It's just based on verbal at the beginning, and it's not so much of a it has this.
Welcome to Chipper's Family Adventures. We're finally back.
So.
We're finally getting camera.
Okay. But yeah, no, that's a nice short intro. Do you do the same thing on the end here? Oh, you do the thanks for watching, so you have an outro.
Thank you.
With the same music. Okay. So that's your intro, outro. Little Acres Homestead, yeah, I'm real concerned with your song choice. Let's very, very briefly talk about music. Okay, YouTube has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of music, of songs of music that you can use.
Alan's Farm is asking if Filmora allows you to download. Are they copyright music?
Filmora gives you free music to use. Now, and so does Power Director, and so do some other editors. They will supply with music. Now, I have had copyright claims against music from Filmora and against music from Power Director. Upon challenging those claims, they've been okay, except for one. There was just one time with a song that we got from Cybernetics that the company that said they had the rights to the song, which I have no way to dispute this, said no, we're not allowing it. You don't have rights to do this. We're putting advertisements on your video, and we are taking all the money for it. And I pretty much decided, since they didn't want to share and they had nothing to do with the creation of the video.
Kiss My Grass Acre says she had a copyright claim from Windows Movie Maker. Did you appeal it?
Anyway, I just removed the video and said heck with it.
Oh, that one that came back at you twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, YouTube has an audio library that you can use, and we'll just go to it here real quickly. This is actually a channel used for content creators. It's got 2.5 million subscribers. The music that you find in here you can use. If you go into YouTube Studio, this is the audio library. They are constantly adding.
Susie is asking if you change the music, do you lose the views?
If you change the music, no, you won't. You lose your views. Here's what you can do to a video that is already uploaded, and so let's work at it from that standpoint. if you've uploaded a video and Joe Blow representing some band that claims they created the song that you used says, we are claiming rights to this music that's presented in your video. And because of that, we are going to put advertisements on it, and we're going to take all monies from that video. I don't have to do that. There are others that say, okay, it's our music, you didn't have right to use it, but we're going to share with you. So we're going to put ads on it, but we will share the revenue of those ads with you, the creator. So that's one thing they can do. They can say, no, they're going to take it all. They can say, no, you're just going to take your video down, and YouTube will make a decision. I mean, if this is something that frequently happens, YouTube will come in and just shut your channel down. They will just close your channel. So if you go into the old Creator Studio, this is something they don't have ready yet in the Studio Beta. But all of this music in here, this is all free to use. And it's free to use on personal and commercial projects. You're free to use this song and monetize your video. And you can test them all.
Sound like some of the crappy ringtones on my iPhone.
And there's various ways you can search through here. You can search through by the genre, by the muted music, by the instrument, by length of the song, and whether or not you have to have some attribution inserted for the artist. For example, attribution required on all these songs. If you use this song, you can use it, but you have to put this in the description. Light String by Kevin MacLeod, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License, and the link, and the source, and artist. So you just have to highlight all this and put it in your description. For a 14-second clip, but that's the name of the game you're in here to play. Everything in here, because I just searched for attribution required, so everything we're looking at now has something that you have to put in there. Now, you can buy music. You can get it at different places. There's other places you can get it free. But you can't just use anything willy-nilly. You can't just go, do they still have music stores where people buy records? I don't think they do they? In other words, if you go out and buy an album, that doesn't make it yours. That doesn't mean you can rebroadcast it. For us, that would be...
I wouldn't even know where to get an album anymore.
I'd have to go search Amazon for a record player. You can't download off the radio and just use the song. You can't do that. And music is a crazy copyright thing. It's the same way for pictures. It's the same way for video. If you go out and do the video yourself, and you're creating a video, that's yours. You created it. You have the rights to it because you did it.
Read Bandana's comment.
I'm going to guess it. I'm going to guess that it was probably Bandana. It was probably music. And the reason I say that is because they can easily they can easily go through your videos and make a determination as to if there's been some music copied. In other words, if that's all behind the scenes. They don't have to play the video to determine. They don't have to go in and see it to determine.
Can they play their own music?
Well, here's where it really gets touchy. Yes, you can play your own music, but that doesn't mean you can play a popular song. And I don't know what to use for an example, but you can't just go and the copyright thing is very, very difficult to handle. You can, if you are playing a popular song in the way that the song has been made popular by XYZ band, and you sound even the least bit like that, you're probably in violation because it's not yours.
Heaven's Gate is asking if you could tell them how their new intro looks to you.
Heaven's Gate. Sure. Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate Cherry Farm?
Yes. I was hoping to meet them at the Hootenanny.
That was your trailer here that I was playing because it just popped up to play. So let's go here. I like that. It's 15 seconds long or so. You could easily shorten it, but I like what you did. That looks like it's a Filmora editing. I'm just saying that's what it looked like to me.
Did you read Bandana's comment about the third-party claim?
I always used what I thought was free music from YouTube library.
No. Before that. There you go.
Yeah, this is what I just saw. One of my videos had third-party claim normalization, and that's where I'm going to. If it has a claim on it, Bandana, the part that they put the claim on, they have to tell you what that is. So there should be a link in the claim that if you click it, it will play that video exactly where they're saying that it's their that you have violated their rights. Let me think here. All right, I know I'm starting to jump around. Heaven Gates, I like what you've done there. So I've looked at two. Let's look at another one real quick.
Hello, cherry lovers. I'm back and I have a great recipe to share with you. This time we're going to do something a little bit different. This is very healthy and absolutely delicious beyond anything you can imagine for what I'm about to share with you. So stay tuned. Okay.
I think that's absolutely great for getting your feet wet and getting started on it. I really do. I like what you've done there. The coloring is good. The blending is good. The transition from your video into your intro. I like what you've done. Uh, to be absolutely critical, and it's hard to do this because it's what works for you. But to go by the quote unquote standard, to shorten it up a little, would perhaps be in most cases a plus. Not always, but in most cases it would be a plus. Obviously, just for example, we talked about this earlier with Stivers. They got a 1 minute intro on everything they do, and it works for them. But there are other folks that if they had this 1 minute intro out there, it wouldn't work at all. They would not get anywhere close to the views. So it depends on your audience. It depends on what works for you. But I like what you've done. Your color choices are very good. Um, I've always been a fan of this brush stroke and then the lettering up. You've done very well as far as using the outline feature on the lettering to make it pop, make it stand out. So I think you've done a very, very nice job. Now, where am I at? Where are we going? Oh, I know. Let me see if I can find this here real quick, and I can show Bandana. I'm hoping she's still here.
Marla Music Channel likes your evaluation.
Pardon?
Marlin Music Channel likes your evaluations. If someone wants to edit their video after this posted, is that possible?
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's another thing we're talking about. Here's the things you can do to your video after you have it uploaded. You can, number one, you can change the thumbnail anytime, as often as you like. The thumbnail can always be changed. You can change the title. You can change the metadata. In other words, the tags, the title, the description. That can all be changed at any time, with no impact to watch time or viewers or anything like that. When I say no impact, I mean no negative impact from the act of doing it. Obviously, if what you do distracts from the video and causes fewer people to find it, well, then that's your own fault. You kicked yourself in the foot and you have to suffer the consequences. But it's not because of your actions of doing it. It's because you did not improve what was already there. There is a YouTube editor. It's horrible. But there is a YouTube editor where you can go in and you can sometimes replace music. You can add music. You can shorten a video. I don't know if you can add something to it or not. Like I say, it is just an absolute horrible editor. But you do have the option sometimes, if it's a music related copyright claim, you can sometimes replace that with approved music from YouTube. And it never does a good job. Volume levels are not correct. It's very rough the way it jerks it out and throws it in. And if in fact it was from a live stream, you would also lose all the chat that's off to the side that you had from the live stream.
Wendy, this has nothing to do with Daryl's topic tonight, but you made that comment about your music and that on your on google.com. So I'm in one of your videos and I scroll down. Do you realize that you can put those links in the bottom? That way they are true links, because for somebody to check those links out right now, they have to copy paste to a new tab. Just a thought. Okay, Daryl, floor is yours.
The floor is mine, huh?
Floor is yours.
Well, keep talking, because I'm looking for something here that I can show perhaps.
Cool. I'm checking out your Google thing there, Wendy. Yeah, I agree, Loving Ivy. Rustic Traditions use the YouTube free music and add it to the videos in Power Director. Oh yeah, Daryl does that.
Yeah, and there are other places you can get free music. Just make sure that all right, there's a good one. So let me said this was back in okay. So here's an example of a copyright claim. This was way back when I did a promo for Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles and published a video. And this is what came back. It said this video was found to contain copyrighted material. The copyright owner is allowing its use by showing ads on this video. View the copyright claim details. So if I click on that, this is what comes up. So channel impact, and it tells you everything. So my channel is not affected. The video is still public, but I cannot have it monetized. The video cannot be monetized. All ad revenue is paid to the copyright owner. Copyright owners happen to be Epidemic Sound. Now, I do not have a membership to Epidemic Sound. The video, as I think most of you know, when I do the promos, I take bits and pieces of whoever the guest is. I take bits and pieces of their videos and I include them in this promo, which is exactly what I did here. Not thinking that, oh, that sound that they had I can't use because I don't have a license with Epidemic Sound. But it tells right here exactly where it is, and we'll go ahead and play it because it doesn't. Okay, so this tells me that this entire segment from 1 minute 47 seconds to 3 minute 3 seconds contains the copyright material from Epidemic Sound that says that, I mean, they filed a claim against me. So, Susie, if you have a copyright claim, you should have information like this. It will have the claim type, if it's music or if it's visual or what it is. The claim type will be there. It'll tell you the impact on the video. So what happens and different actions you can take. So I could come in here and I could mute the song, or I could replace the song, or I can dispute it. Well, if you replace the song, that's where I said that YouTube's editor comes in and just it's a jerk and replace. It's horrible. There's no point in me disputing it because, okay, I just didn't realize it was my own stupid mistake. And I could go in and mute it, but then that takes away from the whole point of the promo. And again, because it's a 3-minute promo, because it doesn't have a ton of views.
Will the claim still show if I have made the video unlisted since the claim?
If you make a video unlisted, anybody that has a link to the video can still see the video. And yes, the copyright claim is still there. It's a valid copyright claim. I mean, just putting it in a extremely blunt way, if you stole content and used it, just because you hide it later in a drawer doesn't mean that it goes away. You still stole the content. So that's pretty much what it goes down to.
Woods Tree Farm, how do you feel about intros at the very beginning versus starting at some point within the first 75 seconds?
Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. I am not of the belief that I have to have exactly the same little short clip for every video that starts.
She means, will the claim information still show?
Well, the public can't see that, Susie. I mean, you're the only one seeing that. The public can't tell. They have no idea. Public has absolutely no idea that this video has been taken away from me, so to speak. Because it's not. It's still out there. People can go out and see it. But if I would cry if it had 1,000 or if it had 1 million views. I'd be devastated. I'm not worried about that happening. But if it got 1 million views and this other outfit, because of my stupidity, got tons of money, I would not be happy at all. If I saw that happening, I would probably just delete the video and probably say, well, no, you're not getting big time bucks from me because I was stupid and didn't know better at the time. Okay, Woods Tree Farm. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. I guess Hank can do how about you, and I can do appreciate you.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Okay. Okay, so Bandana, you will see the claim. You will always see that claim, but nobody else has any idea it's there. In other words, it does not show up to other people. You will see it, but nobody else does. Yeah, Bandana, you will always see the claim information. If maybe I've still back too far in the chat here. Okay, Woods Tree Farm says I've used WeVideo in the past. Some of their music gets claimed and some doesn't. Yes, Susie, that should be there just as I showed you. You should have exactly those same pages. It doesn't matter. If the music came from radio, it's not yours. Just because you've listened to it on the radio does not give you the rights to republish that music. You can't use music from the radio. You can't. If you are recording a video in your house and the television is on in the background in the other room and it comes through on your video, you can get docked for that. All right. I really want to get through a couple more things here before we shut her down completely. But I think this is very important. We've had a number of people ask about the intros and outros and making them and what you do with them. There's tons of information out there. But the bottom line is, for everybody that says it's necessary for your video, there's another person that says it's not necessary at all. So these are all examples. The examples are endless, easy to find.
Naked Gardener said they got hit last night with that. Yeah, Dutch off-grid homesteading, if the music comes from a radio, it's copyrighted.
Okay, and so for Hardneck Farm, one of your options in the copyright thing is you can mute the area where the occurrence is, or you can try to let YouTube editor replace it with something that can be used. Or you can just say, well, heck with it. If the person claiming it is not going to force me to take the video down, they just want the money from it, you can just say, fine, have your money. And unless there's a substantial number of views, they're not talking anything. And when I say substantial, I mean, you know, let's say 20, 30, 40, 50,000 or more views. And even then, that by itself is not a lot of money. You don't start making a bunch of money until you start getting into the hundreds of thousands of views on a video. That's where money starts coming in a big way. So if any of you all have any other questions on creating videos, if you'd like to go through and see different ways to do an intro, if you want to do an intro, it is of my thought that the intro should be consistent for you on all the videos, like we saw on Hamiltonville Farm. His intro is a verbal intro. It's just him talking. It's not an actual clip that he has tucked aside that shows his logo and this and that, and it comes in the same every time. It's just his style opening a video, and so that's what he considers to be his intro.
Wood Tree Farm. I built a subscribe call to action in my standard intro, which helps in case I forgot to plug the subscribe.
And yep.
Exactly, Francine. You cannot sing a song. If you do something like that, don't expect you'll get a copyright. And if you're already monetized, your video will be they will uncheck it.
Well, and everybody goes through this.
Literally, loving Ivy Farm, I hear you.
Literally everybody goes through this.
Oh, I did one of our first videos. I was coming home from somewhere, maybe it was the apple orchard, going down Lexington, Ontario, right there, passing Clear Fork, the reservoir there. And I got out of the car and the radio was blaring, and I took a video of the water to send my sister and my niece in California. And sure enough, as soon as that video went up, they grabbed me because of the music going on in the background.
Now, you can also get copyright. I think the most common is on the music, but you can also get it against video and against pictures. So I saw you in the chat, so I just had to come take a quick peek at your channel, Marlowe Music Channel.
Yeah, he's a mod in another channel, and apparently they didn't have their live stream tonight, so somehow he found us and popped over here.
Well, thank you for stopping.
Last comment: Tuesdays are for you, so he's going to be coming here every Tuesday night now.
So, and I see he's a keyboard player.
I know keyboard, sort of, maybe.
Where else did we want to go with this?
I don't know. It's your thought process. Did it run away?
Yeah, it ran away. It ran away. Oh. Sure, let's do this. Just for example. No, I don't want Tractor Supply, I just want tractor. Alright, so I do a generic search for the word tractor because I'm looking for a picture of a tractor, and I had to pull something out, and I know that I was just looking at some of Hank's stuff over here. So I'm going to go into images on Google, and I'm going to glance down through here and say, all right, now what can I use in my video for a picture? So maybe I do some tractor pulling. So I want a picture to use. And I come in here and I'm going, oh, this looks like a pretty slick picture. Let me look at that. Oh yeah, let me grab that picture. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to throw it in that video. And I'm going to tell the world that, hey, that's my tractor. That's me in the blue helmet and all this. Well, you know, I can't do that. If you notice what it says right here, images may be subject to copyright. Learn more. Here is which types of work are subject to copyright. Copyright ownership gives the owner the exclusive right to use the work with some exceptions. When a person creates an original work, fixed or in a tangible medium, he or she automatically owns copyright to the work. In other words, if you created it, it is yours. Many types of works are eligible for copyright protection. For example, audiovisual works such as TV shows, movies, and online videos. Sound recordings and music compositions. Written works such as lectures, articles, books, and musical compositions. Visual works such as paintings, posters, and advertisements. Video games and computer software. Dramatic works such as plays and musicals. So, if you use somebody else's work, that's a no-no. Now, there are some ways to get around some of this to a degree, and that's with fair use. So in other words, I can come in here and I can show you folks, well, this picture is probably a copyright picture. I can't really use it, but I can show it here. I can show it to you right now because I'm talking about it, because I'm using this as an example. So this is fair use. I've come in and I've discussed it and I've shown examples. So this gets real deep. You're just better off if you want to use a picture, you're better off to either go to a site where you are guaranteed whatever pictures you download.
It's free. Pixabay is one that I use.
Are free to use.
Yeah.
Pixabay.com. Everything you see on here is free. Pexels is another one. If you want something more than pictures, that's fine. They also have videos here. Generally, they're 30 seconds or less. So this is a 12-second video. This is a 18-second video. This is a 10-second video.
Jessica would like you to look at her channel and see if you think the intro's too long. It's like 15 seconds and then the title card.
Jessica.
J Love Adventures. And Chipper's family is asking what is the ideal time length for an intro.
Okay. Let's go back to what we talked about here earlier. The industry standard claims 5 seconds or less. However, it's what works for you. It is what works for you. And we've used Stiver's Homestead this evening as the perfect example that they have a 1 minute or so intro on all their videos.
And it works for them.
And it works for them.
Yeah.
And their following just eats it up and watches those videos, and they're growing like crazy. And it's just what it does.
Yeah.
Now, somebody else, the fella across the street from him, could do the same thing and put in a 1-minute intro like that, and we get no views. It's very possible. So it's what works for you.
It's a crapshoot. Woods Tree Farm asks if you could check video. I don't think they're numbered though. Vid 70 on their channel, and my standard intro starts at 30 seconds. Curious what your feedback is.
Okay, let me first look here at J Love.
Okay, that's right. We didn't do hers yet.
Well, we're coming to the end of our okra challenge. Let's see how we did.
Okay, my first question to you, because it's, let me go back. I'm not going to count the part where you talk about right here. So that's at 21 seconds, and it starts.
Well, we're coming to the end of our okra challenge. Let's see how we did.
And it starts at 5, so it's a 15, 16 second intro. By industry standards, they'd say, well, that's 3 times longer than what it should be. I mean, that's what a lot of folks would tell you.
But I don't mind it.
Yeah, Sherry says she doesn't mind it. Wyoming 40, thank you so much for your chat there. We certainly do appreciate it. Now here's what I do not like is, and I'm not sure where the artifacts are coming from, but did you notice how everything went pixelized here on your transition? And I don't know if...
Let's see how we did.
See, that transition was smooth, but that one going into this picture, everything pixelized. And again, it's a personal thing. From my standpoint, I would like to see it either be very smooth or much sharper. It just looked like it all went out of focus for a moment. Did the same thing there, especially in this area right here where I'm moving the mouse around. And that one, the entire picture, if you notice, it went pixelized. So there's, I don't know, I'm not sure what editor you're using, but the transition that you're using from picture to picture, yeah, that one's also pixelized. So whatever transition piece you're using is what's causing that. And it could be all in resolution. It could be that maybe a different transition would be smoother. So I don't know if you're using a fade or dissolve. It looks like a dissolve is what it looks like. And it just, to me, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm my own worst critic, because this is what I do, and I look at it hard. I'm guessing you have a dissolve transition is what you're using, and what it's doing is it's taking the image and it's pixelizing it and putting them all out of focus, and then bringing in the other one behind it. So depending upon the editor that you're using, you can use that can maybe be adjusted where it's picking up the bits and pieces from frames before it, after it, from a mix of that. But I'm gonna try real hard to stop it right on the pixelization. I'm too slow. Well, there's pretty good. Do you see how this is all pixelized here? I'm gonna use the term artifacts. Nothing is clear. Everything is out of focus, and I would rather just see a nice clean dissolve. But you asked what I thought, so that's the reason I said that. Yeah. See, the lettering is not doing that. It's only in the pictures. So that tells me that the lettering is not being affected by the transition that you've used. So it's only the two pictures. But I like what you've done.
Well,
I think it's a good opening. All right, whose else do we want to go look at real quick?
Woods Tree Farm. Hold on. Let me go up here. No, I can't find it.
Woods Tree?
Yeah. Woods Tree Farm. They wanted you to... No, I can't find it. Here we go. Nope, that was a different...
Woods Tree Farm. All right. Okay, that's an interesting banner. They have a hat in focus with everything else out of focus. I'll just make a comment here like I would make on a Thursday night. The biggest fault that I see here is with your banner, the way that it's currently set up. On a handheld device, this hat is going to get cut off.
Video 70 at 30 seconds. That's what it was. Thank you, Woods Tree. I couldn't find the first comment.
Okay.
That's what are they numbered? I guess I never paid attention.
Well, he has his videos. So video 70.
Yes. 30 seconds in, I guess.
Okay.
Not every...
Hey everybody, it's Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen me chop up wood with this saw. That is the Steel MS-181C, right? Yeah, MS-181C. I've had this for about 2 years. It's a small saw, but it gets the job done for the most part. But now that we have this property, there have been several instances where I've needed a bigger, stronger, faster saw, and that's what I'm going to show you here today.
Okay, I like what you've done here. I'm a fan of an introduction to a video, and then you can fall back into an intro that plays over the video. And here's what I like about this. Number one, your verbal introduction to your video here is current to the message you're trying to convey in the video here. And as you're explaining what they're about to see, that's when this intro for your channel comes in. Woods Tree Farm presents. And I'm going to guess that based upon whatever video you're on, that's where you would modify this. This one you're saying Husqvarna 455 Rancher first run. If you were looking at Billy Bob's John boat fishing in the lake back there, you would have that as a replacing this Husqvarna. So the other thing I like about this is because this is, I'm going to call this an overlay intro, you're still being active in the background. And because of that, if it were a video on a different subject, I'm guessing you're not going to see you laying block. You're going to be doing whatever I don't know if you use this same part of a video. I'm going to say no, because the titling is definitely for this video. Then you've used the subscribe now. There's nothing wrong with doing this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with asking people to subscribe to your channel. Yeah, I like what you've done. I think that's a nice job. Very nice. So I just want to grab a different one here and see what you did here. That's all the same. Okay, so I'll take that back. You are using the exact same background here. You just didn't add the extra piece in here. So between the one we first looked at in this video, I like the other one better. But again, that's me personally. That doesn't mean that the rest of the world wouldn't like this one better. I think that's a very nice intro. It's a 20-second intro, which is going to fall on the long side. I mean, I'll just tell you that right now. If you were if your channel were ever picked up by one of the I can't think what they're called.
I said you picked the only one I've ever forgot to put the title in.
I have a knack for doing that.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that.
If you I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity, because I'm not recognizing your name here. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to catch us on a Thursday night when I evaluate a channel, and I'll just look at yours here real quick if you don't mind. I always come in, I always go to the About page and look at that, and I'm going, oh man, your description is not telling me very much. I'm certain that you can tell me more about your channel, what I can expect to see here. I mean, you have some information. It's a Christmas tree farm. It's in Richmond, Virginia, even what county, but there's so much more you could add to this. This is your chance to puff. This is your chance to talk about your channel. Your email address is in the proper place, and you got your links up here, which are for some reason I don't see the Facebook link up on top, and I don't know why. So let me just jump here. Okay, so that's definitely there. But up here, no, that's your website. So for whatever reason, something is not, yeah, this is just your website. So it appears and you can probably go in and fix this real quick. In the link section on the About page, when you go in Customize Channel and do that, go to your About page, drop down to your link section. There should be a drop down on here. You have the availability to link up to 5. Link the first 5 links that you have in there. You can have those automatically placed in your banner. As I mentioned earlier. I like what you've done here, except I can tell you right now, on a small handheld device, this hat's going to be pretty much cut in two. They're not going to see everything that you are expecting them to see. So there needs to be some recentering on this. And that's something we frequently go in and talk a lot about. Dropping back in, I always go and say, do you have playlists? You have playlists. I don't see your liked playlist, which is excellent. But let's just look here. And
I'm going to interrupt you. Are you talking about the first one having introducing the video before the intro? Francine's comment.
As far as which one I like the best?
Are you talking about the first one having introducing the video before the intro?
I like that. I like that. But that's me. So now I come in and I look at your playlist, and yes, you have got a description. This is the thing that so many people just overlook and miss, is this description. So I always check a couple on those. See, this one doesn't have a description. So I'm guessing you just overlooked it because you had a nice description on the other one. So then I go and look at videos. I look at your style of what you've done as far as creating thumbnails. We talk about pluses and minuses on that, the importance of having facial expression, close up, to have clear thumbnails. For example, this number 67 and number 68 are, by quote-unquote industry standard, are much better thumbnails than, say, 73. I'm not talking about the text in there, or even on your first live here, simply because of the amount of space that the facial expression uses up in the picture. You've got probably close to 25% facial expression here, whereas on this one you have a very small amount. Your entire body is your 25%. So your entire body here is the size of the face on this one. And expression, facial expression, means a lot. We've also talked about that with the artificial intelligence, the AI, looking at your video thumbnails. I like very much what you're doing with the box text. Makes it very easy to read. It also has exhibited a style that you have drawn to, where the majority of your videos have a yellow box with black text. It would be very easy to spot your videos on a page of 100 videos. Now, obviously, you haven't done that to all of them, but you could, because that's something you can always do. You can always go back in and change a thumbnail. You can always go back and do that. And then I go in and I look at the home page. And I have some other things running here. When I do this on a Thursday night, I am not signed in to YouTube, so I don't have all this other stuff running. I see it as a non-subscriber would see your channel. So you have a this is, what is that? Is that That's your featured video, is it not? I think that's your featured video. Yeah. And so that's fine. What I don't know, what I can't tell here because I'm signed in. There's a spot here to have a trailer video. Like, well, we're subscribed to your channel. If we were not subscribed, you would see that trailer video up here. And if you have one up there, trailer video should be 1.5 to 3 minutes in length. And then I look at what you've done as far as the layout on your page, because you have the ability to come in and modify that page. And I think you've done a nice job. I don't know if you've stopped in on a Thursday night with us before or not.
He said he doesn't care about that one. It's all tractors.
But the uploads is the default container. Everybody has that when they start a channel. But you have added some playlists. And if you notice what you've got here is you have, and you've done this correctly, you have an individual playlist. This shows the description for your playlist, and it shows the videos. The one thing you could do is have that in a vertical format instead of horizontal, but that's personal preference. This is one I don't think you need. I don't think you need a popular uploads. That's a default YouTube container. I mean, it's selectable by YouTube, and all it is, it's kind of like the uploads. The uploads is just go to your video tab. Here's all your uploads. There's everything upload wise. You want to see popular? Well, just sort them that way. These are exactly the same thing for your most popular. So we go back to the home page here. Overall, I'd say you're doing an absolutely excellent job. Nice job. I like what you're doing with your trailer. Little correction here on the banner. The avatar or icon or whatever you want to call it. I mean, obviously for you to get in this little circle, for you to have a picture with 4 people in it and have it so that it's legible. I mean, I can tell there's 4 people, but I wouldn't be able to identify them in a police lineup, if you know what I'm saying. It's too small. I can tell there's 4 bodies there, but I can't really ascertain what they look like. So is that important, or would you do better? And I'm just throwing this out for your consideration. Would you do better to have like this logo on your hat as the center part of your avatar here, and then have the picture of your family up here on the banner? And I'm just throwing out some different thoughts for you to look at your channel.
Just curious, do you know what time it is?
It's too late. So what I need to do here is I need to get out of here, because we'll be back Thursday night, and we're not going to stay extra late Thursday night because we are leaving early first thing Friday morning, heading toward Kentucky, going to the Stivers Harvest Celebration. Are they still in here?
Stivers? I don't think so. Their name's there, but I don't think so.
Well, Jack and Zen, love you. We'll see you this weekend. So, anything else? Are we good?
I hope so.
Thank you so much to those that shared the tip jar with us.
I said the same thing, Keto Country. She's so close. I know, Jessica. Don't start something, Nathan.
All right, so our moderators, thank you so much for the wonderful job you do. I appreciate all of you. You betcha.
There you go. God. I'm going to bop Hank on the head.
Been a great night. I hope you all got something out of it. And
yeah, Thursday night's going to be interesting. It's trick or treat here.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a house full of kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Be a crazy night.
Yep. We'll put the grandkids on here instead of me. Celia would do it.
Okay.
Thank you, Woods Tree Farm.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very, very much. It all goes into the gas tank. Thank you very much. So everyone have a wonderful week. If you can stop by next Thursday night, do so. Next Monday night, we have Juliet Miranda on as a guest. And if you're going to be in Kentucky this weekend, we will see you at the Harvest Celebration. Take care, everyone.
Night.
Good night.